And hello, we're back. This is Pete Koch playing Ranger Dickinson. Dickinson, you've been quite working on this film, Rusty Tulloch, for quite some time. What can you tell us about your character?
Detective Dickinson is, I think, part of the motor, along with his partner, in finding out just exactly what the heck is going on in his town. That's got some strange happenings. So my partner and I are seeing what's going on. We want to keep our town safe, and it's quite an interesting journey.
That's great. Now, what would you say your biggest challenges of this script were? What kind of challenges did you have?
Well, the challenges as an actor, I think, are taking what is, black words written onto white paper and bringing that to life. I gave it my best. In the case of this character, Dickinson, I think it was finding that balance between it's always about the storytelling, but also finding the balance that was between being a law officer and, finding the humor and the relationship, with my partner, and just being within the circumstances of what's happening at that point in the movie.
And watching one of these edits of the film, I've noticed that this is actually a character that you've never played, and you're actually a little bit not recognizable from other roles that you've actually played. Was it a fun role?
It was it was a blast, dude, because it was written so beautifully. It had me laughing out loud at points when I was reading the script, and I thought, if I can just, people haven't seen, Pete Koch. They think of the Swede, and they think of some very, very rough guys, but this character allows me to kind of show some different characteristics and different colors, and but that's all about the quality of the writing. So this is a really fun script that's got loads of interesting characters, in my opinion, and some opportunities for me as an actor to express that.
That's fantastic. Now, what would you say is your favorite scene you did in this film?
That's a tough question because there were so many scenes that allowed me to connect with James Zahn, my character, and my character and his character were played partners in this film, and there were so many moments that I really enjoyed the process of rehearsing with Jimmy Z, my man, and so that we could find, sort of the moments that we could really connect. There's so much. It's maybe cliche to people, but acting is so much about listening. So I'm just trying to, like, what is this guy trying to tell me? And the more I listened to that, the more I think I connected with really what was going on with him, and then sort of collectively, because that's what good partners that are in the business of finding the bad guys and protecting their community. That's what they do, is that they're able to piece together what's going on, and we try very hard to do that.
That is great. Now, what would you say? You got to work with Stephen Bruns, who played Rusty Tulloch. What was this guy like?
Steve Bruns brought a real life, I think, to his character, Rusty Tulloch. He did everything that was the way I define a leading man. He brings it all. He's got the complete package. Man, he's just the best looking guy you've seen, and he doesn't take himself seriously at all. I think that the character Rusty Tulloch, when I read the script and and I had worked with Steve previously, so I had some insight, but he played a much different character when I had worked with him before. But when I read the script, I thought if he could channel just a little bit of that Burt Reynolds in a movie like Gator, or really sort of any of the 70s feeling to what Burt Reynolds was doing, I thought, and I think that Steve just found a little bit of that, and then of course added a big fat dose of his own personality. So it's good times.
Oh, that's great. And I guess we're getting ready for a premiere soon, October 10th. Is that quite exciting?
Yeah, of course. To see this film, which I've just seen bits of on a small screen, and the opportunity to see what was really a lot of work, spread out over some time. It's an ambitious script, an ambitious project, so it took a a lot. I mean, you talk about a collective effort. There's more. I think there's more than just 60 actors in this film and a huge crew. So to see all that good effort and energy and hard work put up on a big screen, I'm really looking forward to that.
And 2 hours and 5 minute running time. This is quite the long film.
That's a big time Hollywood film. It's the easiest thing you can do if you're looking to save money, is to write a script that you can shoot very, very quickly with a limited number of locations and just a handful of actors. And that formula right there will help you reduce your budget. But this was a modestly budgeted film that has Hollywood big budget production value, and that's what good filmmakers do. They can get the most out of what they've presented with, and we're trying to do that.
Oh, that's great. Now, if there was any advice you would give to any of your fellow actors out there, what would you say?
I would say that if you're a newbie, find an acting class, and beyond that, find the best acting class, and surround yourself with like-minded people. Surround yourself that are interested in films and watch films and be a student of films. I've been fortunate enough to have a relationship with Benicio del Toro for many, many years. I'll give you one insider on Benicio del Toro. He watches about a movie a day. He easily watches 300 films a year, and in multiple languages. And he understands multiple languages, but beyond that, movies that are not just everything that you see on TV, but find movies that will be challenging and interesting for you to watch, and across different cultural and language barriers. And that sort of an academic approach to acting, not to get too drill down too deeply that way, but that's going to benefit every actor and open up your mind to the experiences and the techniques of different filmmakers and actors.
Well, that is great. Thank you very much for all that. And ladies and gentlemen, that is Pete Koch.
Hey!
Watch Rusty Tulloch, coming to a theater near you.